They just might be the most famous mother-daughter team on the planet, Hillary and Chelsea Clinton. And this morning they're talking over a little lunch with Norah O'Donnell.
How would you describe a gutsy woman?
I think a gutsy woman is determined to make the most of her own life, but also to try to use whatever skills, talents, persistence that she has to bring others along.
Well, and you can do it in any field or in any area. And so whether that's sports or activism or the arts, it was really important to us that there be a wide spectrum of women who have been hugely gutsy for themselves and for their communities.
We're hitting the road to shine a light on women who inspire us to be bolder and braver.
Hillary Clinton has a new campaign, along with her daughter Chelsea, telling the stories of gutsy women in a new docuseries on Apple TV+.
You literally become one with yourself.
Do you think people like gutsy women?
I think some people like gutsy women. I think some people are afraid and threatened by gutsy women. I think some are put off by gutsy women.
Women like comedian Amy Schumer, whom they met for tea.
I did go through 10 years of being like majorly trolled. You won't be able to relate to this.
No, not at all.
Majorly trolled. We want this other version of women. We want you to be pretty and quiet and effusive and
only a supporting cast member.
Absolutely.
The series shows the former First Lady and First Daughter, who was mostly shielded from public view, in a new light.
I'm not of the generation that grew up with rappers, male or female, and Chelsea has for years been trying to educate both Bill and me. And
It's an ongoing effort.
ongoing effort.
I'm a savage.
Which is how the former presidential candidate found herself painting with Grammy-winning artist Megan Thee Stallion.
And I was trying to please everybody and make everybody else happy. I was losing myself, I felt like. So I just had to remember who I was, and I had to start spending a little bit more time by myself to just, get back into me.
Have you really listened to her music?
Yes, yeah.
Ask her, did she really listen to it before the Apple TV Plus series?
No, the answer is no, but you did.
I did, but my mother did all her homework, Nora.
What did you like about her?
I thought she was unapologetic in the way that she claimed her sexual being. She has a stage persona. She just put it out there and kind of opened herself up.
And deal with it or ignore me, but don't minimize me and don't patronize me.
The series confronts difficult topics. One episode is fully dedicated to rejecting hate.
They wanted to intimidate us. They wanted to silence us. We could back down or we could double down. And so we doubled down.
I was also struck, Chelsea, when you said you can't remember a time where hate and, quote, the whisper of violence didn't surround your family.
It's true, Nora. I mean, I remember being a little girl in Arkansas and people yelling hateful things at us, at my parents. I remember in '92 when my father was running for president and someone threw a bag filled with probably red food coloring, but they said, this is the blood of an aborted baby, like this should have been you. Like really active, hateful rhetoric and actions that just permeated life when I was a kid.
Personal experiences,
Well, I bought it at Dillard's.
punctuate almost every episode. You also reveal why you wear a pantsuit.
Yes.
I didn't know that story. I didn't know that story. It's like by far and away the greatest revelation I had.
A state visit to Brazil led to some compromising photographs.
I was sitting on a couch and the press was let in. There were a bunch of them shooting up.
Some of those photos were then used to sell lingerie.
And all of a sudden the White House gets alerted to these billboards that show me sitting down with, I thought my legs together, but the way it's shot, it's sort of suggestive. And then I also began to have the experience of having photographers all the time. I'd be on a stage, I'd be climbing stairs, and they'd be below me.
It's so creepy.
I just couldn't deal with it, so I started wearing pants.
Do you think there is an effort underway to silence women and to intimidate them?
Yes, I do.
While pantsuits may be synonymous with Hillary Clinton, it is another decision she's well known for that she considers gutsy.
The gutsiest thing I ever did privately was stay in my marriage. It was not easy, and it was something that only I could decide. And then in my public life, running for president, I mean, it was hard. It was really hard. And it was, trying to be on that tightrope without a net and nobody in front of me because it hadn't been done before.
I guess I was surprised that you said that staying in your marriage was gutsier than running for president.
Well, it was, in terms of my private life, it was really hard. And as you know, everybody had an opinion about it. People who I'd never met had very strong opinions about it. And it took a lot of, honestly, prayer and thoughtfulness and talking to people I totally trusted to really think through, because it was all being done in public, Nora. So it made it even more painful and difficult, but I have no regrets.
Having no regrets for both Hillary and Chelsea Clinton is another expression of gutsiness, which they hope has universal appeal.
There seems to be an undercurrent of a message throughout this whole series that you're trying to show women, tell women to be gutsy, to stand up for yourself.
Exactly. Well, and also, Nora, with the hope that those women's examples can be inspiring to anyone who might be watching.
Men and boys.
Men
not
and
just,
boys.
Yeah, women and girls.
But I think also so that people hopefully can see part of their own life, whether their own struggles, their own opportunities in the women's stories that we're sharing, so that they hopefully can then be a little bit closer to feeling, well, I can be gutsy too.